Greetings, fellow humans. I have returned. Today, I will be doing a drunk review of one of the new movies that they have on Netflix. We are not owned or sponsored by Netflix in any way. I just figured that watching this movie would be very relatable because I enjoy my wine, and I wasn't incorrect. I was incorrect about the wine bit because they did drink wine basically the whole movie. That wasn't the main focus of it. So the movie starts out with all the girls collaborating together, trying to do the whole weekend trip together. Now, this is so painfully frustrating because the amount of effort that's required just for a fucking weekend now, not even in our 50s, which is where all these women are, or 40s, I don't fucking know. I don't know if she's the first one to turn 50 or the last one to turn 50, but they're all going away for a weekend because one of them's turning 50. Anyway, the amount of conversation that needed to happen. I'm moving my hands a lot. I am sorry. This is the last of the bottle that I have drunk today to get through this review, and I'm sorry. Just having to talk for forever just to get all of these girls together, and it's not even a lot. There's 6 of them. There are 6 females trying to go away for a weekend for somebody's birthday. So the character I relate most to, as always, is Amy Poehler's character. She's super organized and anal retentive, and she just needs this weekend to be super amazing and on the dot. She made a whole itinerary, and I'm half that person, but at the same time I'm I just want to go to this place, and then I have no plans, because I know when I make a plan, you'll see it later into the movie, she kind of loses her shit a little bit when they all go off the rails. I lose my shit a little bit when I make a plan and it goes off the rails, but if I don't make a plan and it goes off the rails, I'm me. We move forward, everybody gets to the house, they meet Tammy Faye's character. Was it Tammy?
Tina Fey.
Tina! It was Tammy that yes, okay. Tina Fey. They meet Tina Fey's character, whose name is Tammy. That's fucking confusing when you're intoxicated. I'm already terrible with names, and I just know Tina Fey, and I just called her Tammy Faye. And Tina Fey, who is the owner of the house that they rented for their very girly weekend, and she's this independent woman who don't need no man, and she's really cool. Alright, so anyway, the story progresses, it's awesome, and then their one friend, I literally 10 minutes ago, I just finished watching this movie. I don't remember any of the goddamn characters' names, except Tammy. Just Tina Fey. She had the least amount of screen time. The least amount of screen time, and I remember her name, probably because Tina is kind of close to Tammy, but maybe it's not. I don't know. That might just be me being insane. Tina, Tammy, Tina, Tammy. Reset. Okay, so they all go to this restaurant for dinner, right? And they're all drinking or whatever. And the waitress, name's Jade. So she's super cute. She's really nice. They're flirting, her and Val. It's great. And then Val's I'm gonna shoot my shot. So they're hanging out towards the end of the night. And then, so Val is sitting there flirting with Jade, the cute waitress. And things are going nice. And then after dinner, they're all sitting in the lounge, and Val just starts handing out dildos to all of them with their respective personalities. After dinner, everyone kind of separates off and pairs off to hanging out with friends and stuff. So Val and Jade, they're flirting. She thinks she's getting somewhere. Jade's super cool about stuff, and she takes her picture and asks for her number, and then just the night ends. So after the restaurant, they're the last people at the end of the night drinking. And then they come home with fast food because obviously the fancy restaurant food was not enough food for them. And they're all drinking and shit. And then they decide to dance. And they're talking about Molly. I'm whoa. They all say no to the drugs. They're let's do dancing instead. And they're trying to figure out the playlist. And they're nothing current. And I'm I feel that on such a high level. All of my music tastes are from 2006 and back. Well, no. My prom music was bomb as hell. So let's say 2012 back. So the next morning, they introduced Devin. Devin is this... I think he's supposed to be this young-looking guy. Like, everybody knows that Jason Schwartzman is not, like, this 18-year-old kid. He's, like... He's not as young as he's depicted in the movie. Let's put it that way. Because he's still young. Right? 40's young. We all know Jason Schwartzman is not baby. But he's got a baby face, so I guess that counts. I mean, I'm in the same boat. I've got a baby face. Ethnically and agely ambiguous here. Yeah, let's do that. Let's play the guessing game. I actually do turn that into a game. I'm not offended when people try to figure out how old I am, because look at the spikes! I still look like a teenager. With bags under my ass. The bags give it away. They give it away. After they introduced Devin, they introduced the fact that they're all getting tarot readings. And none of the tarot readings are very good. At one point, one of the girls gets the devil. And she just, like, fucking leaves the room. Like, everyone takes turns sitting in the chair in front of the tarot reader. And they're all like, okay, this is your card, this is your card. And then the girl gets the devil. And, like, she looks up again, and the chair is empty. She's no longer in the room. I would have left too. In tarot, if you get death, it's not necessarily the worst thing in the world. If you get the devil, there is no good reading for the devil. If you get the devil card, that's when you should be upset. Not when you get death. Death could just mean the end of something, not necessarily death itself. In the movie, apparently it meant death itself, or the ending of... I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, none of them were happy with her tarot readings. And then she charged them like $500, which clearly shows that I'm in the wrong profession, because I can kind of read cards. Kind. After the tarot reading, they all get ready for the day, so they go to, like, the wine tasting thing where they tell you all about the types of wines that you're drinking, and none of them give a shit, which, honestly, just kind of explains most of the people in today's society. We just go to get drunk. Nobody gives a shit what kind of wine it is. And those of you who do, props to you, because I cannot keep anything straight. I know I like reds, and that's where I'm at. Red wine, white wine, just give me red wine. It's really bad. So then, like, at one point, Naomi gets super toasted, and she goes up to, like, the little live band. It's, like, cello, piano, etc., etc. So then she, like, runs up to the microphone and is like, I'm gonna dedicate my song to you. And so she's like, hey, Rebecca, this one's for you, for your 50th birthday. And I don't remember what song it was that she dedicated to her, but she, like, lays across the piano and really... and leans back, falls right the fuck off, and stands up. She's like, I'm cool. And let me tell you, man, I have such severe stage fright that not even drunk would I go up there and dedicate a song to a loved one, because fuck all that. Fuck that. Fuck it. Shortly after that whole thing happens, Abby gets all, like, stressed the fuck out because she's trying to get them to take, like, this picture with this drone and in the vineyard, and it just doesn't happen, and they all, like, get into this huge fight. So instead of following the itinerary that she totally put together for them in, like, you know, in a neat little package, Val suggests that they all go to this art show that Jade is hosting so that they can all see her and she can shoot her shot. So then they go, and they realize that it's nothing but fucking Fran Drescher. Nothing against Fran Drescher, but that's a really fucking weird thing to put an art show around. So they're all talking about it, whatever. There's art appreciative people, and then there's just, like, douchebags just so far up their own ass, like... And that's what the art show was. It was just depicting, like, the worst of the art people, showing that, like, oh, I totally get it. You don't. You don't get it. You just want to be part of the scene. So then, like, Val starts, like, realizing that it's, like, not the best thing, and she's probably not gonna succeed, and then everybody else starts getting super pissed off, and then, like, Abby's all like, oh my god, this is bullshit, blah blah blah, and then, like, all the fucking artsy douchebags just start recording her, like, oh, I love this, like, pissed off old person. Like, no, it's not It's not art. It's not something to record. She's genuinely like, what the fuck about this whole thing? And then she says, we're brand fine. And then everybody loses their shit. They're like applauding. They start hugging all these. I'm like, you don't understand. Anyway. So then Val goes off to the side after the end of the show. And she's like, hey, Jade, you cute though. I'm gonna shoot my shot. But you don't get it. And Jade's all like, I'm gonna give you this painting at a discount. And Val's all like, fuck. So, poor Val. After shooting her shot, Val is just like, yeah, you're talking about this painting. Like, I'll totally fucking buy it for you. And she spends $600 on this stupid ass painting that she doesn't even want. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. After the art show, they come back to, like, Abby and Devin just, like, sitting on the campfire, and Abby's talking about how, like, the whole fucking weekend is ruined because she's, like, trying to plan this whole thing, and Devin's like, I'm making this paella. It's gonna take, like, 4 more hours. This man has spent an entire fucking day on this paella. Paella does not take that long to make. It doesn't. It takes, like, 3 hours tops. And that's, like, extreme amounts of time to make paella. I hate paella. It tastes like shit. It's just seafood and rice. I can't handle all that seafood into one dish. It just tastes like seawater. It's not good. It's not good. And if you enjoy paella, please enjoy your paella, because I'm not gonna fucking eat it. It is the dish of my people, and I fucking hate it. Val comes back with this giant Fran Drescher painting, and she's just like, oh my god, how's it going, guys? And he's like, yeah, it's just like 4 more hours to the paella. And she's like, nobody wants your fucking paella. He's like, what are you gonna do with that painting? She's like, I don't know, fucking fold it. And I felt that in my soul. Just like, somehow you gotta get that rejection, and that's how it is. That's how it is, man. You just gotta take it out on something. I would have beat the shit out of that painting, but I would have spent $600 on it, so I don't know how I would have felt about that. Should I destroy it? Or should I just leave it? Because $600 fucking dollars on a painting you didn't even want from some girl that you don't want to remember for the rest of your life because she shot you down. And then Devin comes up to Abby at the end of the night and is like, you wanna fuck? That was uncomfortable because it was literally like 30 seconds of just like Amy Poehler's face just deadpan staring at him going, yeah, right. They totally friggin' slept together. And then the next morning, it was like it didn't happen. And then they ended up, no, what happened? So that night, while Abby and Devin were boning, Rebecca threw out her goddamn back. And then the next morning, they found her in the same place that she threw out her back. And she talked about bonding with a bunch of raccoons. Who bonds with raccoons? What? Anyway. So, she, like, came to this revelation of, like, fuck it, you gotta live life, nothing's okay, let's do this thing. And then, they go out to this vineyard, and they roll down a goddamn hill. Because, why did they roll down the hill? I don't remember. What is it? Snake bite. A snake bite! Of all the fucking thing! A snake bite. It wasn't even a snake bite. They finally get to the doctor. Oh, and rolling down the hill, Rebecca unthrew her back out, because of course she did. So they get to the hospital because they think it's like some snake bite or whatever, or some bullshit. And then, turns out, there was like, apparently it was just a twig. And then they're like, how dare you? How dare you? Neo-feminism bullshit. How dare you? Go home, child. You don't know how to deal with women when you're a man doctor. And then they, like, leave. Tra-la-la-la-la. Okay. So then, when they're all done with, like, yelling at the doctor for telling them that it's okay that you're not gonna die of poisoning from a snake, they find Tammy at the hospital giving flowers or some shit to them because she's like, I found or heard some 6 middle-aged women ended up in the hospital and it had to be you. And, you know, thinking about it, yeah, probably. I doubt there'd be a specific number of middle-aged women getting to the hospital. So then they all go home, they drink more wine at the end of the night, and they all talk about how they all fucked Devin. I don't know how many of them actually fucked up. So at the end of the night, Tammy was like, make sure to alternate water with wine because that'll prevent a hangover. And they're like, oh man, it's like shit we say now. And I'm just thinking, like, they're in their 50s and I do that shit now. I'm in my 20s. This is really bad. I am a 100-year-old woman parading around in a 20-something-year-old body. Welcome to life, ladies and gents. Thank you for watching my TED Talk. That was my drunk review on Wine Country. I highly recommend it. That being said, thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, comment. I want to hear what you think about this video. It took a whole bottle to get through this, guys, and it was not good. See ya.
They don't care about the taste of the wine.
Yes, okay.
Yeah. Which makes them basic like you. Yeah.